needs well-being, good relationship and companionship, good health, financial stability. Everyone needs true wellness.
This is another Tuesday, and you know Tuesdays for us is always a good day.
Stay hooked on the True Word Television every Tuesday.
Welcome again to the True Wellness Connections
at 5:30 p.m. Winnipeg or Central Time to join Claudine J.
That heartbreaking situation that you are in right now, it is just for a moment.
Elizabeth Bremo.
Know your do's and don'ts. Then know the area you want to work on.
And many more well-equipped panelists.
Because I never see anybody that waited upon the Lord and God put to shame.
To be educated.
When you study, don't study only for one day in a week and think you've arrived.
Equipped.
No one can ever be perfect.
Nobody.
And no one can get it right all the time. We can all mess up.
Sharpened.
To be a relaxed woman is more powerful than a talkative.
And empowered towards your true wellness.
You can change yourself. You can change how you see things.
From parenting, educating, health, finances.
When you are facing one issue or the other, the whole of you is involved.
Relationships.
Every human being will face situations that they were not expecting.
Spiritual.
Jesus said to his disciples, in this world you will have tribulation, so be of good courage.
And day-to-day life matters.
Everything is all about life.
They cut across all topics to make sure you reach the goal of being well.
We talk about homes, education, we talk about children, we talk about marriage.
Different topics, different guests.
If we must deal with challenges and vulnerabilities, especially vulnerabilities, we have to deal with pain.
The True Wellness Connections, every Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Winnipeg or Central Time with Claudine J. and Elizabeth Bremo.
We would be glad to have you with us
on the True Word Television. Don't dare miss an episode. This program is proudly brought to you by Nefertiti 24K Gold Soap. Jabari Design Watches. And Nefertari Beauty.
Yes, hello, good evening each and everyone. Welcome again to the True Wellness Connection. My name is Claudine J. I'm so happy and excited again to join you in your homes. And we are going to continue the same topic that we had last 2 weeks ago. So we talk about I wish I knew in the context of marriage. And we are going to continue the same topic because it was really long, we couldn't finish it, so we decided to come back in these 2 weeks, and by the request of the user, the viewers, so we decided to come back again today. So welcome again. So we have the same guest that we had last time, and we have Brother Patrick there at the very end. Welcome, Brother Patrick. Thank you so much for coming back again. We have Sister Lizzie. Sister Lizzie, welcome again for accepting to come back. And we have our dear pastor, the most smiling pastor here, Pastor Ngozi, is among us. So today,
God bless you.
We are going to continue the same topic from last time, but we are going to go more onto the implication of, going into marriage, and down the road, you start to realize things coming up. We say, hey, I wish I knew. And those questions do happen in a marriage because it's different when you are dating, but when you get married, now you get to discover the real person that you have been dating. The real color of the person comes out, and that's where the question comes, I wish I knew. But the truth is, you are already locked in. Because at this point of time, every single people, they wish to get married. Like a marriage is just like a big door that everyone want to get in, which
Yeah.
is an
So?
amazing
You
thing
think so?
to do. Yes, it is. So, but down the road, the other people that are in, they are just like, what did I get myself involved in? So that's what we're going to be diving in. So I don't know. Can you just tell us a little bit, a recap of what we said last time?
How much will you pay me?
No, $10, no problem. Do us a recap, and then we'll just, start from there.
God bless you, our viewers. It's so interesting. Last week we are talking about some of the things we wish we knew before we say we do. Because most of those things we didn't really know about it. And then we get to the marriage. It was a kind of a shock. And I
Yes,
remember
it
the
can be.
church girl. So correct me, the church
The church
girl.
girl, this
Yeah.
one here.
Yeah, preserving herself and just thinking, oh my God, as soon as I get into marriage, it's going to be morning, afternoon, night,
I'm
round
telling
up, Yeah, and what did you say that day? I think you're just listening. And then Mr. Patrick saying how he wished he knew a lot of things about the marriage, the do's and the don'ts, and how to connect. He didn't really, he was thinking communication is going to be just straight. And I remember saying that how I wish I knew that the marriage is a calling. Because
Yes,
I didn't know, I
yes.
thought marriage is just a simple, yes, I do, and we go in and start having babies and enjoying ourselves. I never knew that marriage was or is a calling that one has to embark on. And I remember we talked a little bit about the implication, but we didn't really dive into the implications of the things we wish we knew. That 2 weeks ago, we didn't really go deep into the implication, because there are implications on that, on marriage, all the things we think we wish. And then when we get there, we found it out. So, like for me, it has a little bit of effect when I came to realize that my thinking was quite different from the reality. So we didn't really dive into it much that day.
I think today we should just maybe let's talk about the emotional and the mental aspect of it, because when we go into marriage, like we are emotionally pumped up of the best thing that's going to happen. So maybe we should talk the implication of what happened when you get in there and you realize that your expectation is not met. I think Brother Patrick will be in the right position as a man, because women, we are the first one to, we ask a lot in a marriage.
And we talk a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's a great place to start the conversation, because you will hear a lot of time where people would tell you, women from the time they are young, they're thinking about marriage. How is it gonna be? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna wear? How I want my marriage to be like, right? Like the ceremony, right? They plan it.
Yes.
They have a vision. For most of us men, we just know it's going to happen, and the day of it, then we would think about, okay, this is what happened, or a couple weeks before, right? So exactly, and the money you will spend, etc., right? And that goes to talk about the expectations, right? So there's a lot of things that, yes, different culture may do it a bit differently too, but in most of us people of African descent, we know our parents want us to get married, but they don't tell us the real effect of marriage. How is it going to happen? And that goes deeper into our culture, right? So there's a lot of things that we know it's there, but we don't talk about it. Like, think about how we raise our kids, for instance. If a kid is growing and, they discover, oh, I have a pee-pee,
Pee-pee, yeah.
right? So we're like, okay, don't touch your pee-pee, don't touch your pee-pee. We don't tell them that this is a penis.
No,
we call
no.
it a pee-pee.
Yes.
Or we just say, don't touch that.
Yes.
Right? So we don't tell them anything. So guess what they're going to do? They're going to think about what it is, and then they're going to imagine it. Same thing we do with marriage, right? So, well, what is it? So we think, oh yeah, it's sex every night, and it's going out and coming back, kissing, and cuddling and stuff like that. But we don't really talk about when there's only $500 and you have to decide about, okay, do we pay rent or do we buy food?
Yes.
So we don't talk about those. So I think key part is expectations. How do we define those expectations before we get to marriage? What are we even expecting of marriage? Right? So those are the key parts that I think we need to kind of discuss. The title of the show, we say, I wish I knew.
I knew.
Because when you say I wish, that means you have regret.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So what are those regrets coming from? From unmet expectations. Right? So we had an idea, it didn't happen, and now we say we wish. Okay? So those unmet expectations there, we have to elaborate on them so that people can understand. Right? And yeah, Sister Lizzie was right. It's like, yeah, my expectation is I'm going to have sex every night. Now you realize that, okay, after a long day of work, I don't even want to talk about sex. Never mind having it. Right? So what next? I don't even want to sit there and talk about finances. Do we even have enough money to cover our expenses? Who's going to start the conversation? And how can one word turn into a battle instead of uniting? Okay, so again, those expectations, they need to be elaborated on and go forward. I'll tell you one thing. My grandmother told me when you're dating somebody, you need to date them for at least all 4 seasons.
That is true.
Yeah, because you get to know them, right? So you date them in the summer. You see how they are when it's nice and beautiful. Are they outside with a friend? Do they pay attention to you, right? Are they even bringing you closer? Let's go and do things together. You date them in the fall when it's starting to get cold. Are they getting like, moody and, changing and stuff like that? You date them in the winter to see, okay, what are they doing? Are they still able to communicate with people, or they just close in and say, everybody leave me alone and stuff like that? And then you date them in the fall. Are they looking forward to a bigger, summer coming up and say, okay, now I'm going to prepare? Are they preparing with you, or are they preparing for themselves? Right? So after you've done that, you get to know that person. So now you can have proper expectation of that, what to expect from that person.
Exactly.
If it comes time to go to marriage, okay, you have an idea. Say, what, this person, when they're too busy, they come home, leave them alone first.
But Mr. Patrick, excuse me, I didn't want to cut you short. Dating somebody from observation and experience is not a guarantee of knowing somebody. While we are dating or during dating, sometimes we don't see the reality of who the person is. And I think that's one of the things we wish we knew, that if I have dating you for 2 months, 6 months, 6 years is not a guarantee that I really
absolutely not.
Yeah, because these are the regret, because sometimes we assume, oh, because I dated you summer, winter, whatever, means now everything about you, I'm sure of it. You are going to be nice, you are caring. If I ask you for money or you ask me for money, girls, we always talk about, oh, yeah, money is my money. But the men will tell you, whatever I have is yours. Then when we get to the real ball game, we find out it's not. It's not the reality of the whole thing. So that's why I said that,
it's a little different.
It's a little bit dicey
But
when we look at it.
The truth is that, I'm going to support what Brother Patrick said. If you date each other in both seasons, don't tell me when I'm finished both seasons without fighting each other to see how you resolve the issue, the problem. It's different from when we meet like one season. You haven't seen how the person gets upset. You haven't seen how the other person is able to resolve the issue. And those are the things that brings problem into the marriage. And sometimes, I remember us growing up, They are telling us, especially we women in Africa, they are focused on how we can please our men. They don't tell us that there's something that their gray area in between, no? How you can please your man, how you get yourself ready to go to bed, how you present yourself as a woman to the husband. Those are the skills we get. But they don't discuss that there are some times whereby things may not go the way you think, and how will you handle it. And that's why we see some people, when, especially the children of today, when they quarrel a little bit, or they meet you on the street, you don't hold their hand when you walk in the mall, they can just come home and they say, you know what, I'm done. I don't see anything of you.
Yeah, dating is helpful, but I don't think it's a guarantee, because I have seen couples 15 years of marriage, 20 years of marriage, and some of them had a long time, courtship, but now they are having a lot of issues, and they sit before me telling me, oh, I never knew that my husband was stingy.
Okay.
I never knew that my husband will prefer his family to me. I never knew that the issue, that my husband is not good when it comes to traveling. Because when they were dating, the man was a butterfly. The man wants to go everywhere. But now the lady came to realize that the husband just wants to sit at home.
And can I just add why it's so important to use Mr. Patrick's example and yours too. Now, it's two-sided. If you date someone for all season, yes, at least you know the way they behave. And to some extent, we ladies, we can be
carried away.
Yes. So that is just for you to know. And again, it's not a guarantee that the way I behave this year is going to be the same way I will behave next year.
You may be better though.
Yes.
Always.
So it's not a certificate for you that this is who I am. Okay?
Yeah.
However, for those that have dated 6-7 years, and I'm still saying that they don't know each other yet, because dating is just a stage.
Yeah.
It's a stage where you are, both of you are in cloud 9, and you are like, oh, it's so good to see you. I'm so happy to see you. And you will not even look at anything. Just be looking at how handsome, how beautiful.
When I look at you.
So,
yeah. Well, you know, I get that. So, but you know, here's the thing though. So it's about where do you start, the starting point, right? Because as you get to date somebody, yes, there is the you know, the love bomb period where everything is nice and beautiful. But at the same time, what you are doing there is you are getting to learn the patterns, right? So you're observing them closely to see, okay, well, as I say, in the summertime, it's nice outside and I'm home, I'm tired, you know, like I have my my period and I'm laying out there, it's hurting, and then is he there? Hey honey, how are you doing? Or it's like, oh, it's summer, I gotta go, my friends are waiting for me out there, right? So because if he does that with you now while you're dating, guess what it's gonna do when you get married? It's probably gonna do the same thing. Is he caring? Is he able to really understand you? You building an emotional connection at the same time, right? And that emotional connection, it's a lot of people don't know how to explore that, right? So we kind of just, well, I love him, that's it. Well, what comes with love? What are the foundation of love, right? So we don't sometimes have that. So as you get to know that person really well, you determine those patterns. And when you get married together, now you can somehow anticipate certain of those patterns and behaviors. Say, okay, well, usually in the summer, this is what I can expect. You know, like he might be busy, he might want to go out, he might be hanging out with his friend. How do I approach him to say, I need you to be here for me, right? So now you've developed, because you already have an idea of what to expect, right? But that's why it's important to date and get to know that. If you didn't really date too much or you didn't spend too much time, now it's summertime, you guys already married, and it's like, I gotta go. It's like, well, what kind of husband is this? You're leaving me alone. And
Yes.
because you say, what kind of husband?
Yes.
That's a conflict. Is not about
That's
me
it.
leaving the house and leaving you alone. It's, how dare you to call me what kind of husband? You see where the conflict now becomes, right?
Begin. And the
So from what I'm hearing from you, Mr. Patrick, and what I'm hearing from you is that one of the things we wish we knew is how I wish I spend a lot of time knowing that person.
Yeah, that
Okay?
can be, I wish.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know whether you are a victim, whether it's one of the things you regretted not knowing somebody. I'm not saying your wife, I'm just assuming. And we can see the implication of fear, implication of all this, how I wish, because it affects your communication after marriage. All these things you wish you knew. It can create a lot of disconnection. I remember there was a show we did about intimacy. One of the things that caused a lot of issues when it comes to intimacy is this, how I wish. How I wish I knew that this guy is not sexy. And you might not know that the relationship internally, there is something happening within the man or the woman that they are beginning to drift apart. Okay? So some of these which can cause couples to drift apart. It can even cause a deep resentment to somebody. And I love this discussion because if there is a single person watching us now, I think it will help that single woman to be well prepared and have a successful marriage. And for somebody already there right now, this discussion, I believe, will help you not to run away, to serve as a compass for a change, so that you will not know that you are not going cocoa. You don't have any mental challenges. It's things that happens, but acknowledging it, understanding it. Imagine somebody right now hearing us, wishing they knew the man or the woman for a long time. You need to manage. You have to manage it very well. If not, the person will be so depressed and sad. Like our church lady, you keep saying, I'm calling, let me leave you alone. Or even you, tell us some of the things you wish you knew. And how did you manage it? Because there are implications to it right now that your daughter can listen to you, and when they get to see it or observe it or experience, they come to a place to say, oh, this is not a do or die. It's not something to break you, but it's something. So tell us your own. Tell us 4 things you wish you knew. I'm the one now hosting you.
So now, listen. No. From what you just said, now we are already in the marriage. We are locked in. We sign for better, for worse.
Yeah.
Some of your cultures, when you go, they will say, like, bring me back my money, the money that they pay to you, to your family. You'll be like, man, now I wish I knew I'm in it, and what am I going to do? Now, let's talk about the behavior change.
But tell us, what are the things you wish you knew before going to marriage?
Hey.
And what,
So there are a lot of things that you wish you knew, because sometimes when I come in a marriage, I have an expectation. Okay? My expectation is I and my partner, we are going to work so hard, and we are going to build this kind of big house like this so that we can do this. But at the end of the day, when you are in, you have a dream of making your life even better, building this. But when you realize your partner is not even there, it's just satisfied, just living in just one bedroom is okay. It's satisfied. So at that point of time, what are you going to do?
So what happened with that expectation that was unmet?
That
Mr. Patrick was saying,
that's where we are going.
So what happened? What happened when
it brings some frustration?
Okay.
But when the frustration is in, that's when you realize to say, okay, what can I change? I can change myself right now because it looks like my partner, we are not walking in the same direction. What I feel like I want us as a couple to fulfill, I don't have a support of my partner. So at this point of time, you are locked in, you're in a marriage. What do? You try to find a way to change your behavior in the way that you support your partner, and you walk slow with your partner to see maybe in 2, in 3, in 4 years, maybe what your partner do not understand today about you, may be able to understand. So that's why, you know, when you get into marriage, there's a lot of yet to discover between each other. Yeah. So because you have to, your finances now are together, you plan are together. Then one say, you know, let's just save money for this one. Another one say, okay, you know, let's just live a life. You know what? You live once and you die tomorrow. So now one is a saver, another one does not get it. Then what do you do? And that's why today's generation, most of time when it doesn't, they'll be like, okay, I'm done.
So now
I'm out.
They are not supposed to, for them thinking, having all this kind of expectation. So what we are hearing now is, what's the name of that your daughter? Don't run away when
my daughter?
Yeah, when your expectations are
my daughter, my older one?
Yes.
Raisa.
Okay, Raisa. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Let's face this one.
That one, she's very patient. She's very patient.
She's patient.
Yeah, she's very patient to make sure she finds the right person.
The right person.
Yeah, but however it is, as we are talking,
yeah,
I think I think behavior change is a bigger one. Yeah. Other than saying you are going, remember there are two imperfect people that comes together in marriage.
Yeah.
Nobody's too perfect. I have my own downfall. Maybe he has his own downfall. Now you are coming together, and then how are you going out to marry? That's why marriage is just you know, becoming one. Yeah. So there's a lot of compromising that have to be in. There's a lot of behavior change that have in. What can I change? How can I change myself to accommodate my partner?
Okay, so let's ask this.
Hey, let me just add something to
Good
Mama
job.
I'm trying.
Claudine. It's not downfall, it's their weakness. Because they are not strong in that particular area. So it's their weakness. Now, another thing is they are not changing their behavior. You are just discovering it. They are not changing, because you mentioned something that they change their behavior. No,
you as an individual, you change your own behavior because you realize, I wish I knew. Oops, I'm locked in now. Now you as an individual, that you have realized that something that you wish could be the way you want it. Now I wish it could be this way. Now, unfortunately, this is how it is. Now I have to change my behavior to accommodate that part so that I can be able to survive. Otherwise, I'll be an angry woman or an angry man all the time.
That is beautiful.
And if the other person is not changing, Mr. Patrick, you are there to correct. If the other person is not changing their behavior, that's one of the things that cause conflict. Because it's too one-headed individual, trying to push or maintain their status quo, instead of saying, okay, the ball have changed now, we're in a new season, let's change. So the refusal caused a lot of conflict and marital breakdown or divorce.
And there are some people that they will tell you they are not ready to change a bit.
So when somebody is saying that, Mr. Patrick, what do you have to say?
Well, so again, it's not an easy question, because everybody looks at it differently, right? So there are other people that say, why should I change? You have to change, right?
So what's wrong with me?
What's wrong with me? You know, there's nothing wrong with me. But we don't change because there's something wrong with us, right? We change because we want peace, right?
Yes.
We want peace, and we want to see, okay, is there a better version of me that I can become, right? And then when you start understanding it from a place of strength instead of place of deficits, you embrace it even more, right? So, and I think that usually where there's a little bit of a resistance, because people are like, well, if you're asking me to change, that means you're telling me that
you're controlling me.
Yeah, I'm not good enough, or there's something wrong with me. Who are you to tell me there's something wrong with me? Right? If you forget that it's your wife, or your husband, but who are you to tell me this, right? So instead of looking, let's work together, we start individualizing ourselves. So you cannot be a single person in a marriage. You have to be married, so you have to work together, and that's sometimes where we struggle a lot, and that creates conflicts, right? So as I was saying last time, you know, one of the The psychologist wrote, one of the major source of conflict in a relationship is power and control. And how is that power and control really manifesting in a relationship, right? So some people don't know. They wish they knew that, for instance, silence in a relationship, it does not mean that everything is good.
Yeah.
Okay? They wish
Yes.
they knew that silence in a relationship, it does not mean that everything is good.
It's a weapon
Right.
of
It's a
destruction.
weapon.
It's a weapon.
It's a bad one.
It could be a weapon, right?
Silent killer.
So yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you walk in a house and I'm just looking at you like, how is everything? Okay. You're like, okay, well, so that he say okay, so that means everything is good, right? So, but that could be a weapon that I'm using now. It's like, okay, well, let's see what else you're gonna ask me, right? So some people wish they knew that because they just discovered. Some people wish now because it's also a way of me controlling the conversation, right? So if you start asking me, so how are we gonna plan for buying this and spending some money about, and all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Anyway,
So-
when we are talking, Brother Patrick, my sister here
Yeah.
is the big defender of marriage, can die. And that is very good. Because marriage is supposed to be, even the Bible says, like,
Is the defender of marriage or men? Which one?
I'm not saying anything. I didn't say anything. Did they say anything?
I was waiting for you.
No. Don't, I don't like the word in this place right now. I didn't say anything about that. So, but the truth is, marriage really is supposed to be honored. It's an institution of God. And that's why everyone wants to run into marriage. Some of them, they're like, oh, look at time. Oh, look at I'm growing older, I'm going to marriage. Because the truth, without marriage, this world will not exist. That's why marriage is one thing that God ordained to take place so that this world can be populated the way it is. So then what happens if behavior change comes in? As you say, you are talking to your partner, can we do this, can we do that, can we do that? Because as much as marriage is great, but I don't believe anybody should be a prisoner of another partner. That one I don't believe. Whether it's me, I don't want my husband to live a lifeless life because of me. I've taken life out of him because I'm not being a good wife that as he's supposed to have.
Yeah.
So I believe he deserves to live life, enjoy life, not to be a prisoner of me who is being a bad wife, something like that. Because a life is a gift and you live once and you die once. You have to live it in the fullest. So what happened in a marriage once you have tried to work things out? But there is one always in those two people, there's always one. Can be a woman, can be a man. Who just difficult. Whereby you end up living in a marriage. Basically, everybody outside see you as married. By the truth, you're all statues in the house. The moment you smile when you're outside people, at work you have even more fun. But when you come home, you are going to the cemetery.
Yeah.
So our dear counselor,
Let me interject before you move on.
okay.
People always say that we judge others by their action, and we judge ourselves by our motive. Assuming we are judging others by their motive, this world will have been a better place. But we don't judge others by their motive. We judge them by their actions. Because you did this, you are 100% wrong.
You are guilty.
Without even asking,
Yeah.
why did you do this? So most of the time, between two individuals in a marriage or as a couple, it's always good to not to stand that it should be my own opinion every time. It's either my way
Oh, no way.
or no way.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's where the trouble begins.
Yeah.
When you can't come up to one consensus to say, let's deal with our situation this way. Or, okay, I may be wrong, Can we bring the third person to just mediate us and help us? So, and then no way is working. So,
okay,
yes,
Mr.
and then
Patrick, you will take on this. Thank you for saying I'm an advocate of marriage.
yeah, you are, and you are doing amazing work.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing.
An advocate what?
Of
men.
men.
Mostly men, you always twist our hands at the back.
Yeah.
You.
One of the things, my own experience, one of the things I wish I knew was, not all that glitters are gold.
Yeah.
I like what you are saying, because I thought that, when you see couples outside, when they are holding their hands or they are cleaning, there is a way they show up. I think the show up, now I can call it a show up, is a sign of joy and peace.
Yes.
Okay? But I came to realize, lie, you know what I mean? But when you see a woman always say, oh, my husband, okay?
We like that.
I thought that's the sign of a good marriage.
And a peace.
A peace. So,
Pretenders.
I never knew.
Yeah.
When you see a woman always telling you, my husband did this, it's a red sign.
Oh yeah.
The
Red
ones
flag.
that have a good marriage, they don't talk about their husband.
They don't.
How I wish I knew that when you see a man always telling you, oh, wait, let me go and talk to my wife, that was a sign of abuse. I never knew. I was thinking, as soon as, this man is saying, wait, let me go and talk to my wife. And I would think
very
this
romantic
man is
couple.
a very romantic man, very understanding. The man is always saying, let me talk to my wife, I will get back to you. And you will see the woman say, let me talk to my husband, I will get back to you. You will see them, they're always holding hands together. You will see them keep. I thought that was the sign of a good marriage. Okay?
Yeah.
Never knew that that's not a sign of a good marriage. So, like the question you are asking, Mr. Patrick, what is your own? I like what you say, that if couples can come to a place to recognize the changing is not just because I'm bad, but just because I want the best version of myself.
Yes.
Please, can you speak more? Let them not say it's because I'm advocate of man. What do we tell couples, or how do you address this issue of authenticity? Because we are confusing our generation, okay? Knowing that it's not about what we are saying. Our generations is looking at our action, and we don't want to continue confusing them based on the fact that they will see something behind closed doors, they are seeing another thing. So what will be your advice to men and women on how to manage and evolve to a better version of themselves instead of being too stubborn?
Yes.
Now, I'm not the one saying.
Yeah.
So to bring a change.
Yeah. Well, okay, so there's several ways we can go about this. So one of the way, first of all, is being able to understand the 2 or 3 different ways of expectations, right? So are the expectation I have toward my wife or my husband, is it realistic, right? And or is this unrealistic, right? So let's say I walk along with the kin, and if my wife is expecting me and say, yeah, my husband will be able to run and, compete in this, it's not going to happen. So I might be tall, but I can't run. So your expectation of me are unrealistic. Even if the next door neighbor's husband also works with the kin and can run, that's his ability, not mine. So not 2 things that look alike can do the same thing. So we have to kind of recognize that unrealistic expectation can be a cause of that. And secondly, realistically, is my husband does he even like running, or he just likes walking? Okay, so what does he like? So really knowing the fundamental needs, the needs of your husband, right? So when you are pushing realistic needs toward your spouse or your wife, they're able to respond okay as well. But once you start pushing something that they don't ascribe to, guess what? They're gonna have resistance, or they're gonna fake compliance just to please you, and that's it. So, and when someone is faking to please you, you might feel okay, but they build resentment, and that resentment will boil. It's like a volcano. It's boiling and boiling, and one day it comes out, right? So we have to know what are those type of expectations we're setting on one another. Now, and on the other side too is, you know, where do I find validation? As you're saying, you know, like I'm going out there, my husband does this, my wife does this. Okay, where do you find validation of who you are or what you have as a couple? Do you find it by people knowing that me and my wife, we spend all our time together, we go to the movie together, we sleep together? Or do you just know that, I know we do all of that, but, you know, this ring is all I need to know that, you know, she's there for me, right? So where do you get that validation? So if your validation is coming from external, for people know, right? People should know, then it's very fleeting validation, right? So, and then you're all kind of living, trying to catch up with the Joneses, as they say, right? But if you are satisfied with who you are, no matter what, and then that's kind of an internal, and it's much stronger. So you have to understand that dynamic as well. And on the other side of it, right? So as remember, I said there's way different ways of looking at this. On the other side of it is also knowing why you even got to the marriage before, right? So because some people are like, they got married because their parent told them they have to get married. They were not ready. That's not the person they wanted to marry. Or, you know, like, I should have waited 2 years, even though it's the person, but we got married way too early. Now things are not working, right? So why did you get married? So some people don't even know that. Was it time for you? Was it convenient for you? Or, hey, I heard he was going to Canada, let me marry him now so that way he can call me and then our family can go to Canada too, right? Was it that? Sometimes it's just opportunity, right? Or it, you know, like, I feel like this is the guy for me, and whether we are in Africa, in Congo, Chad, Cameroon, Nigeria, or we in Canada, this is who I want to be with, right? So why did you get married? So those are also reasons why, you know, conflict can arise. Okay. And then at the end of all of that too, there's this societal expectation that gets imposed into people, right? So a marriage is supposed to look like this: a husband, a wife, and their kids. They have a car, they have a house, they have a fence, and, you know, they every day, hey, hi neighbor, how are you? They're mowing the grass and stuff like that. So you have a vision of what marriage is supposed to be. What happens if you get someone like Sister Claudine was saying, who just, I don't want a bigger house, I want to live in a studio.
Then your dream is choked.
Then your dream is, yeah, exactly. Right? Then you have problem. So what if it's like, okay, well, let's go shop at Superstore. It's like, no, but we can buy the same thing at Dolorama. Right? Now you're like, okay, he's very stingy. Right? As compared to Superstore. So, you know, like, now when you're starting to have a difference of opinion.
I wish comes in.
Exactly. Right?
That's the big one.
Right?
That's I wish comes in.
So then the I wish comes in, right? So now, and sometimes we see it happening, we don't say anything, it goes on and on and on. So at the same time, we are building resentment. And when it's going to come out, everybody's going to know about it. Because it'll be like, oh, I took your cell phone. And it's like, why did you take my cell phone? And by the way, last week you took my car. And by the way, and everything start coming out. You're like, okay, what are we fighting about, right? Exactly. So because resentment is kind of simmering inside, and when it comes out, it comes very powerfully, and it stops you from using words that will not hurt the other person, because your mission at that time is, I've had enough. I'm going to teach you a lesson now. And if I'm going to teach you a lesson, I don't care whether you hurt or not. Right? So, and then we go into a whole different category of issues. right? So sometimes I think those are the small dynamics in life that we don't understand before we get into marriage,
Yeah.
right? And why? Because we are choosing sometimes to look at just the positive aspect of marriage and not really the circumstances that may come up and that can create conflict. We are hoping that if we ignore all the bad things, they will go away. Let me
Yeah.
just look at the good things. All the bad things on the side will go away, right? So sometimes we hope that. Silently or verbally, we do hope that. Or sometimes we hope, like, well, if my sister did this, I have to do this too. If my brother did this, I have to do this too. But you forget that you're two different people, you're marrying two different individual, and you're living two different lives,
Yeah.
right? So sometimes we, trying to copy other, hoping that it will work for us. It might look like it's working, but it's not necessarily working the same way. Are we able to understand those small differences, right? And if we don't, then we are like, "Ah, I wish I didn't do this. I wish I didn't say this. I wish I knew," right? And then you start showing regrets.
So how do we start the process of change? How
Well,
do we start that process of change, especially whereby one partner is still struggling or still wants to remain in that place of regret? How I wish I knew. Okay, instead of moving to a place of change to have a better. So how do we start that process of change? Because that's where the problem is. Now I'm supporting you, because you will see it could be, most time it could be men, but sometimes women find it easy to change, and there are some women that are really stubborn.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Let's be honest, that
Sure,
there is
sure,
my
sure,
way or
sure.
no other way. So how do we move to a place of change? Because coming to a place of realizing, okay, I have some regret, to me, I think is an opportunity, okay, to step into something new. So how can we get to that place of
change.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you watch True Wellness TV, so
Yes.
we can tell you, right?
Beautiful.
Right? So that's why you watch True Wellness TV, so we can tell you, because there's obviously a lot of things that need to be discussed, and once you recognize, right? Once you recognize that there is a problem, then you can do something about it, right? So we have to really start. You do an introspection. So look inside yourself and see, am I living the life that I really wanted for myself? And if I'm not living that life, I'm not satisfied with it, what do I need to do to make things better, right? So that way I'm saying, okay, now you're not changing because the other person say you're bad, but you're changing because you want the best for yourself and your family, right?
I
So
like that.
what am I going to do? I want to be a better version of myself today. Even for myself as a counselor, as of today, this is what I am. But as of tomorrow, I want to be better.
Yeah.
I want to be better. I want to be a better father. I want to be a better counselor. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better friend. I want to be a better employee. What can I do to better myself, right? So I need to learn something, or I need to ask for help. I need to reach out to people that I consider as mentors and say, here's where I am. What can I learn from you, right? And then you go from there. So usually in a couple, they wait till there's a problem and want to say, I want a divorce. Then they're like, well, let's go to a counselor or let's go see a pastor, right? But if they start doing that a bit earlier and say, hey, you know what? As a couple, we can get better. So who can we talk to that can help us? Okay, well, they can come and see a counselor. We can sit down and say, what are your dreams, and where are you guys are in your relationships, right? I'll tell you one thing. I had a couple that wanted to get married. They were 6 months away from their wedding. They had planning and everything booked, and they decided they're gonna come and see me. They came in, and I started asking them questions. Everything looked really nice and rosy. And then I developed a list of about 125 questions. And then I'm like, okay, well, so we're going to do 5 questions every week for the next 5 weeks. We didn't even get to 3 weeks.
Done.
Yeah, the conflict started. Right? Because those are, even though they dated for 2 years before, they did not explore some of these questions. You know, like, think about it this way. As you dating people, how often have you ever asked them a question like, well, what if as we are dating and someone comes and rapes me and I'm pregnant? What would you do? What would you want me to do with that kid? Do you want me to have an abortion, or do you want me to keep it? And before we get married, and what would you like that kid or not? Right? And then the wife tells you, oh no, I'm keeping the baby, and the guy is like, no, you're having an abortion. Right? All the silent differences of opinion they raise. It's like, oh yeah, I don't believe in opinion and in abortion. So a conflict, right? And then there's more questions. So what if something happens to you today and you're in the hospital, right? And then the doctors say, well, we have to unplug you. So would you like me to make that decision, or would you like your mom to make that decision, or your parent? Right?
Wow.
Exactly. So who asks those questions when they are dating? People will say, you trying to kill me? Right? They're not even going to answer that. But this is a reality that will show, as once you get married, these are things that will show, are you guys on the same page or not? Do you believe in the same values or not?
So, Mr. Patrick, this is the reason why this discussion is important. For, like I said, a single out there to know that there are things that are bound to change, and when you see those things, it's not a do or die phase. It's not something for you to move out of the marriage. Like for me now, I'm sure we didn't even think about it. If I ask an African man, if you're on a hospital bed now, you're between life and death, they will think you're a witch.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, the way they will look at you and even ask or talking about will, why you are still dating, these are the things
you don't talk about. And that can show a big differences in value, right? And for this couple that they ended up separating because they were like, yeah, we're best friends, but we're not gonna be a best couple. Because they truly believe that they were different. But they did it for 2 years before. They never actually went to those subjects, right? And there's 125 questions. We didn't get to 15, right? So, and they decided it wasn't for them. They still talk. They're both married to different people now, but they still talk. It's just that they were not ready.
Or is it that they're not ready, or they're not willing to do the work?
They didn't know each other.
They didn't know each other, yeah. So they were not really, they don't even have the same value system, right? So they don't even have the same value system. As I say, the wife does not believe in abortion at all, right? Because if God gives you whichever way he gives you, that's where she comes from. And this guy's like, it's not my son. I'm not going to let that happen. And right. So it's like, okay, well, what are we going to do then?
I'm not marrying you.
So, right. Yeah. I'm not going to marry you. So what are you going to do? So it's not that she was wishing this could happen to her, but it's just the fact that she's hearing for the first time that my husband or my future husband believes in abortion. And I'm a Christian. I don't believe in abortion. She's like, well, who am I marrying? Like that was a shock to her. And say, what else do I not know? So when we go into the list of other questions, it's just like, oh no, I can't live with someone who believes this way.
So,
right?
So the truth is that I think more likely for those who are still dating, who have not yet involved into marriage, I think it would be a good idea really to explore counseling prior to actually finally deciding to get married, because those are the gray areas that you get down there into marriage. You say, oh my goodness, what did I get? What kind of man did I marry? What kind of woman did I marry? So I think the advice will be that please seek counseling prior to getting deeper into. The moment you start to feel like you want to really take your relationship to the next level, begin now to start by seeking counselors. Because some counselors, they have their own way to help you dig deeper questions that will help you know the kind of person that you want to marry for real.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so we are almost at the we have a lot of things we could talk about, and also
And
could
have
be here for an hour.
openness
Yeah.
of heart and have openness of mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have to understand that, like, basically marriage, like, is like you lose yourself
Yeah.
to each other,
Yeah.
but there is still an area that is still, I see, like it's like a puzzle. No one want to say at which point would you. I know you can't tell people to separate.
Yeah.
That vocabulary never comes out of it. It's like, I don't want to catch tomorrow after tomorrow to say, oh, you are the one who told me to separate. No. In the couple, you just listen, support, and ask, what do you think you can do? Because at the end of the day, marriage, I always say that, repeat, it should bring you joy and happiness. You can't live 10 years being a prisoner of an abuser in the relationship. It's a life wasted. You are living 10 years in the prison of the other person. While, you can be happy alone than being miserable with a partner. You don't even sleep together. You don't even kiss each other. You don't talk about the plan. You don't talk about the future. You have nothing together that you are talking about. Is that a life? I'm not encouraging people to divorce. No. Please, marriage is good, because even me, I'm looking for a guy right now. So please, I beg, don't. If I'm talking to you like this, don't say I'm telling you to go divorce your husband, go divorce your wife, because right now I'm single. I'm looking for one. So which means marriage is good. If marriage was bad, I wasn't telling you. I only tell you that I'm available and I'm dating. I'm ready to date. So at this point of time, please, I don't want anybody to say, oh, that woman, the marriage ended, now she want to encourage us to, please hold your marriage with two hands.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I've lost mine and I'm dating.
Yeah.
If marriage was bad, I would forget about it.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Please don't get me wrong, because some people will be like, oh yeah, that person. No. Hold your marriage. But acknowledge when you reach your limit.
Yeah.
We never tell somebody that it's good, we know the Bible says till God do us apart. But there are areas whereby that's what, no, Pastor, I see you are shaking your head. We talk about here to seek counseling, realize there is a problem. If you can't handle it yourself, call the third person, call counselors, get involved in everything you can do to resolve. You remember, you are not God. You can't change your partner. You can try to seek a help to that partner. You can try help to seek for me, but you can't die for me. No, you deserve life. It's a gift. Your 5 years, you have to have a head to live. You need to have the happiest life. But you can't be Jesus. Only Jesus died on the cross for somebody. I don't want somebody to die on the cross for me. No, live your life and be happy, because I don't promise to die on the cross for nobody. So that's what I would say. I don't know our dear counselor what you have to say. I'm a Christian and I'm born again Christian. I hear you. Please don't crucify me. I'm just being real and honest. Nobody should be a victim to the other partner. Try your very best so that even tomorrow it doesn't work out. Even before God will say, dear Father, come on, Father, I prayed and fasting for you. Help me save my marriage. It did not work out. Oh God, you want me to just die like this? Because that person doesn't want me, so should I die? Be real, because God wants you to be realistic, not to be fake and no. Be yourself before God. Be vulnerable. Say, God, here it is. Fix it then. If you don't fix it, I'm done.
Right. No, that's good. That's a good point. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you saying that. And just to clear the air, because people really need to understand that, marriage is something that's really very important, right? And it's sacred. We need to preserve it. And yes, people don't get into marriage because they want to live a miserable life. Nobody goes out there, I want to find a wife that will beat me up. No, nobody goes like, or will abuse me, or a husband that was going to bully me or abuse me. Nobody goes that way and say, this is what I was looking for, right? So what we need to know is, sometimes situation in life or behavior may change or not really necessarily change, but may come out that may challenge your relationship with your spouse. It does not necessarily mean give up, right? There is always a way to work things out. So remember, God said, when two people are gathered together to pray, where am I?
In the middle.
In the middle of them. So that means there is three. When you stood out there in front of the altar and then say, I do, and he said, I do, who was the next one person that said, I now pronounce you? That's a third person, right? So there's always two people. So when things starting to go bad as well, if the two of you cannot fix it, you call that third person, that's a counselor that comes in, right? So you have to remember the importance of that third person there. Who is that third person that can come in and help you guys go through the process? That's where we come in. And again, as a counselor, I need to reiterate this as well. We are bound by professional ethic and confidentiality.
Yes.
Whatever is discussed between the three of us stays between the three of us, right? And I don't have the solution to your problem. I just know how to help you guys find the solution because I don't live in your house.
Yes.
I don't know all the details, the dynamic, but I can tell if you're lying. You know, I can tell if you're we're pushing it a bit more, and I can help you guys come to the same understanding. Because when you already build resentment, one word or two words can have a whole different meaning.
Yes.
If I say, look at Sister Ngozi and look at Sister Ngozi. Same word, two different meanings.
Yes.
Right? So when you build resentment, which one of those two do you think you're hearing every time I'm talking to you? The negative one.
Yes.
Exactly. Right? So now as a counselor, my job is to come out there and really try to bring you back to looking at the first positive one. Say, look at Sister Ngozi. Right? Instead of look at Sister Ngozi, right? So, and that's what our job is. So, what you wish you knew in your wedding, in your marriage, is not too late, right? So, don't give up everything else. So, just step back and see what can I do to become a better version of myself today than I was yesterday, so that my marriage can flourish, can blossom, and can go forward. So that's what I will leave people out, and we'll go from there.
Last word to our people, all of you guys.
Like I know you are looking at me.
I want to hear you.
Divorce is not the best.
No.
Okay? God, He said in the beginning it was not so. Okay? We always think that divorce is the easiest way. Remember when there are kids that are involved. It changes life.
Yes.
So instead of going to that place of divorce, let's try and see conflict.
Please.
Or even see this regret as an opportunity to love, to learn, and to grow, and to evolve to the best and better part of our lives. Okay? And carry, some people are not Christians. Okay? Then if you're a Christian, like Mr. Patrick is saying, bring Christ along in their journey. But most times we don't. We wait until it got out of their hand. Okay? So let's try and see conflict, issues, even this discussion of regret, I wish, as an opportunity to grow. What caused all this problem is the hardness of their heart. There is never late for us to change, to be the best part of ourselves. I feel frustrated when I hear somebody say, I'm not going to change. It's either you take it or you don't.
Imagine.
It's not the best thing to do.
No.
Because if I'm happy, you are happy, everybody rejoices.
Yes.
When you're in a relationship, you're looking at your husband or your wife, and they are deteriorating, they are sad, they are in pain, and you're enjoying it. That's another way of being devil, or to be a wicked person. Because if you're really a human being, if you're looking at your husband and your wife, they are sad, you find out that things are not moving. It's a call for you to come out. It's a call for a change. It's a call for re-examination. It's a call. That's why I see marriage as a calling.
Yes.
That if that's the only thing you can do in your life, money is not going to guarantee you. Career is not guaranteeing you success. But the greater aspect of success will be that you make somebody's life better. You make your husband or your wife better. They become the best version of themselves rather than becoming a monster. So let's work together, couples, and make life interesting, that our children, the children God has given us, will enjoy us instead of causing harm and pain. You know what I mean? And as you are looking at some of the aspects of your life you thought you wish, just reassess it and say, okay, this is an opportunity to see life differently, change your expectation, reframe it, reward it, and at the end of the day, you'll be happy. Because the way you are looking at it right now, if you keep looking at it, you will be sad, you will be depressed, you will go for divorce because you thought it's the end of the life. But when you look at it and say, okay, this is what I thought. I was thinking that when I get married, you know, but this is what I have now. Okay, let's work on it. Let's work on it. Let's deal on it. And life will become so sweet and beautiful. Yeah. And we enjoy each other. So I stop here.
Malizi, your wisdom.
I just want to say, don't give up. Despite the fact that marriage involves two people, and all the time you are giving more than 100%. However, the other partner doesn't even care. Okay? Doesn't even care. So, don't give up. Keep on, and I believe it will end in praise.
Yeah, but why you don't give up, try to take care of yourself. Okay? Why you are trying to make it work, don't lose focus of yourself, which is really important. You know, when there is issue, most time we focus on trying to fix it and we forget ourselves. So always make sure you have your mask on, and so that you can be able to keep going. But it's always end in praise.
So I think we are just coming to the end of this show. My very, 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 very last word. If couples who are married, please, the journey of divorce is a nightmare. As we have said here, please seek counseling area. Don't wait until you start to see like divorce is coming. It's a nightmare, it's a bad thing, it destroys life, it destroys families. Do everything you can do to keep your marriage together. Find the counseling, find the help. It is okay, it is possible. You just have to understand, to value the journey you have come far from together and then resolve your issues. So until we see each other again next week, so we wish you really that you're going to learn and grow together as a marriage, raise up your children together. And so there's no best life like having a family together. Please keep your family.
Marriage is sweet.
Singles
now. Marriage
single is good. It's okay. Marriage is good. It's better not to get married than getting married and think about divorce. I'm repeating it. I know what I'm talking about. Do not get there. Hold your marriage together. Seek counseling until Jesus do your part. All right, see you again in the next week for a different topic, and feel free to comment and send us your feedback.
God bless.
God bless you guys. Thank you for following us.
God bless you.
Everyone needs well-being, good relationship and companionship, good health, financial stability. Everyone need true wellness.
This is another Tuesday, and you know Tuesdays for us is always a good day.
Stay hooked on the True Word Television every Tuesday
Welcome again to the True Wellness Connections.
at 5:30 p.m. Winnipeg or Central Time to join Claudine J.
That heartbreaking situation that you are in right now, it is just for a moment.
Elizabeth Bremo,
Know your do's and don'ts, then know the area you want to work on.
and many more well-equipped panelists
Because I never see anybody that waited upon the Lord and God put to shame.
to be educated,
When you study, don't study only for one day in a week and think you've arrived.
equipped,
No one can ever be perfect.
Nobody.
And no one can get it right all the time. We can all mess up.
sharpened,
To be a relaxed woman is more powerful than a talkative.
and empowered towards your true wellness.
You can change yourself. You can change how you see things.
From parenting, educating, health, finances,
When you are facing one issue or the other, the whole of you is involved.
relationships,
Every human being will face situations that they were not expecting.
spiritual,
Jesus said to his disciples, in this world you will have tribulation, so be of good courage.
and day-to-day life matters.
Everything is all about life.
They cut across all topics to make sure you reach the goal of being well.
We talk about homes, education, we talk about children, we talk about marriage.
Different topics, different guests.
If we must deal with challenges and vulnerabilities, especially vulnerabilities, we have to deal with pain.
The True Wellness Connections, every Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Winnipeg or Central Time with Claudine J. and Elizabeth Bremo
We would be glad to have you with us.
on the True Word Television. Don't dare miss an episode. This program is proudly brought to you by Nefertiti 24K Gold Soap. Jabari Design Watches. And Nefertari Beauty. You are watching the True Word Television, spreading the true word of salvation.